In the event you need to apply a discount or a coupon to the system, you can do that through going into General Setup, Setup Coupons. What we're looking at right now is the screen to go about designing a discount or a coupon. The first item we have here is description. So obviously you give it a description that defines what this particular discount is going to be. The next field down is security level. Now you can apply security levels to individual discounts. So for example, a waiter may be able to apply a 10% discount but not a 50% discount, this kind of thing. So you can apply that based on job position, and anyone from a certain job position and up would be able to apply this. The next one is revenue center. If you're working with multiple revenue centers, you can define which one this applies to. The next one is maximum coupon amount. Now this allows you to put on a maximum value to this discount. So for example, let's say I offer 50% off any bottle of wine, and my average bottle of wine is maybe $40. Well, that in itself is fine, but if someone orders a $300 bottle of wine, now I've got a bit of a problem. So what I can do here is put in a maximum coupon amount up to, let's say, $20. So that 50% off is good up to the value of $20. The next area here is type of coupon. So this is where we determine what form of discount is going to be applying. The first one is percent off. And so basically I can offer 10%, 20%, 50%, 100%. Within here you'll notice we've got three fields for this. The first one, percent off, is the one that would be typically applied. The second one, discount B, and the third one, discount C, would kick in if I'm using scheduling on this. So for example, if I'm offering a discount on my alcohol, then I would use the base one here of percent off. But if, for example, I happen to be in happy hour, well, the price of my alcohol is reduced. So that's where I may want to kick into discount B or discount C. And this is determined based on the schedule, which is on the advanced tab. And we'll take a look at that shortly. The next one is amount off. So this is where I'm actually determining a dollar value off. $2 off, $5 off, $10 off, that kind of thing. And again, we have amount B and amount C, where you can use the scheduler again. The next one is fixed price. This is where I'm taking an item and I'm discounting it to a specific value, such as the large pepperoni pizza for $9.99. That's where we'd use fixed price. And finally, we have manually entered. So in this, when this discount comes up, you will be prompted to put in a dollar value for this. So for example, a manager may offer this as a comp. And from this, based on the dollar value, they can say, all right, I'm going to give you $5 off, $10 off, whatever the case. And it is determined at the time of applying it. The next area is minimum. And within minimum, this is where we define the minimum criteria for applying this. So for example, you may need to have at least 3 of these on the check before I can apply this discount. Or the dollar value of the check must be at least, let's say, $5 or $10 before I can apply this discount. The next area is coupon. And within here, this is where we define the scope of applying it. The first one is applies to certain categories. Now this refers to report categories. And so in here, I can define which report categories this will apply to. So for example, I can say that this 10% off will apply to salads and to soups only. Applies to all categories. That means that regardless of what's on the check, this discount will apply to the entire check, period. Applies to a product. This is where you can define a specific product. If you order the banquet burger, then you will get this discount. And so in this, I can choose the specific item. Applies to selected product. Now this is where it can be applied to an item that has already been ordered. So again, let's say, for example, there was a problem with the lasagna. It really didn't taste good. So then what a manager can do is go into the finish screen, select on the ordered item, being the selected item, and then from there apply this discount. The last one here is applies to certain products. So this is similar to applies to a product, but in this case you can choose multiple products. This next area here applies to the certain criteria that may pertain to it. For example, the first one we have here is coupon is a 2-for-1 coupon. Now that means that the system is going to look on the check, and before applying this, let's say to the banquet burger for example, it's going to check to make sure that another banquet burger has been ordered first. With that done, it will then apply the discount to the second item. In the event that there is not an exact match, the system will then look to the next most expensive item and apply it to that. Apply to members only. The system will then look to make sure that there is a member applied to this check, and if there is not, then this discount will not be available. 1 per check maximum. You can only use this discount once on any check. You cannot use it multiple times. Allow other category coupons. This will allow you to use other coupons on the same check as well, so long as they apply to other report categories. So for example, I may have a coupon that applies to salads, and I can also use one that applies to soups as well. Other product coupons. This is similar to report categories, only it's product level this time. So I can use one coupon for the banquet burger, and I can use one coupon for the large pepperoni pizza. Apply only once if multiple products are found. So for example, I have that 2-for-1 coupon for a banquet burger. And so I can use that, but then I may have 5 friends who all want banquet burgers as well. So I can use it over and over and over. So what you can do is you can eliminate that capability by selecting on this, so you can only use this once within that check. You can allow for other ones as well, but it will only apply to that one circumstance. Auto-calculate. This is for situations where, for example, you may order something and then I give a coupon for, let's say, 50% off. Now, if this is unchecked, then what the system will do is it will calculate, here's the 50%, and leave it at that. That will be the value of that coupon. But the thing is, if they order additional items beyond that, the value of the discount will not change. Now, if this is checked, the value of that discount will change based on the subsequent items ordered afterwards. So it will automatically recalculate itself within the check. This final section down here, first of all, offers auto order item. So if I select on this, then what the system will do is automatically order some other item as well. Now this is really good for like promotional type things. So for example, if I use this coupon, then it'll automatically order me a t-shirt or a button or whatever the case. And you can select on that item in here. If you have member applied, you can also use client points coupon. Now this is for members who are using client retention programs. Okay, so for example, within the system you have the capability for every hamburger I order, I get 10 points. When you reach 100 points, then you can redeem those points to get some form of promotional item. So in this, I can determine how many points I'm going to redeem for this item. Over on the Advanced tab, first of all, we have active date range. And so within this, I can define, even in a future date, for example, when I want this coupon to be available and when it is no longer available. Now within this, it will assume indefinitely up to the year 6000, for example. But what you can do is you can specify it, let's say, for example, for the month of August or for the month of September or for next week or tomorrow only. And you can determine the date range within there. Accounting code is for reporting purposes. In here you can, for example, put in a GL account number. And so when you're generating some back office reports, that reference number would be available. You can also apply a barcode to it as well. And so within here, this is where you put in the UPC code representing that barcode. So in the event, for example, the establishment has all kinds of coupons and discounts that may be available from multiple sources and so on, then so long as there's a barcode on that coupon, and if you have a barcode reader at your station, then you can actually scan it and it will then retrieve this discount. The next area here is Enable on Web, and this whole area here applies to web-based ordering, so that if this coupon is going to be available for web-based orders using the Web2Go system, then you can select on this, and within it you can apply as far as the marketing code, which would be the reference number that they would type in for it, along with a description. Over on the right-hand side, we have deduct taxes. So depending on your local laws within that certain region, they may or may not allow you to deduct the taxes within the discount being applied. So based on that, you can determine which taxes you want to apply this to or not apply it to. Finally, we have schedule. And within schedule, this refers back to the discount B and discount C, be it a price or a percentage. And within here, this is where you determine which ones to apply and where they will apply. So for example, if I want it to apply, let's say on Sunday, then I can select on that, and it will now kick over to discount level B if it's on Sunday. Perhaps, for example, if happy hour is at 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, then I can select on that, and I may want to kick over to discount C. So these will come into effect based on what you select within here.